Hi everyone, it's Todd Hazelwood here, and this is my round 4 preview as we get ready to go racing this weekend in Tasmania. It's going to be the coldest round of the year. Already got the fire going to try and keep me warm, and certainly going to be an interesting weekend of action for Supercars returning to Tassie once again. For me, it's a happy hunting ground. Last year we just missed the podium, and we achieved a great result of 5th, and we had good qualifying all weekend and a fast car. But this year's totally different, and the good thing is we're coming off some recent form, which is quite exciting. Obviously, we got 4th there in Perth only a couple of weeks ago, and we had, essentially we had top 3 speed both Saturday and Sunday. So for us, we've been trying to build up that momentum and try and keep building as a team to try and essentially give ourselves every chance of trying to get on that podium, hopefully this weekend in Tassie. Now, it's a super sprint format once again, so we've got 3 races across 2 days, so it's certainly going to be an action-packed weekend. Action actually kicks off Saturday morning, so we've got 2 practice sessions, followed by the knockout qualifying session, so it'll be a 3-tier qualifying. So we have, obviously it's a process of elimination, so similar to what we had at Perth. The tricky thing with Tassie is that with qualifying, it's really easy to get lap traffic. It's actually the shortest lap on the Supercars calendar for this year, which also features the tightest corner in the country as well, funny enough. But trying to get clear lap is really tricky, but it's also important to try and get a little bit of a slipstream in qualifying as well. So you're ideally trying to position yourself behind someone that you know has got enough speed to not hold you up, but can punch a nice big hole down that back straight so you can get a nice draft or a bit of a slipstream effect, because generally the lap times there are separated by less than half a second across the whole field. And at Perth, what we saw there was that the whole field was separated by no more than 0.4 of a second. So with the lap being even shorter than Perth, no doubt that there's going to be crazy tight margins across the top, especially around the front of the field. And it could either make or break your lap time trying to get that little bit of a slipstream or a bit of a toe down those 2 big long straights that we have there. So something to watch out for in qualifying. And then the race will be in the afternoon on Saturday. So we've got a 42-lap race, roughly about 100 kilometers long in distance. And then we've got another 2 races again on Sunday as well. So, it's going to be an interesting weekend, a little bit weather dependent potentially as well. So it could be the first time this year that we're actually going to be racing on the brand new wet tyre. We've done 0 testing on it. We used it for a little bit of an appearance in qualifying at Grand Prix a couple of rounds ago. And it certainly had some interesting wear factors. So something that could really mix up the field if it is going to be wet this weekend. Something to look out for. But the truck itself, as I said, I've always gone well there in the past. Had a couple of race wins there back in Super 2 days. And last year was a happy hunting ground for us. It was our best round of the year last season. So certainly going in with a little bit of form and a bit of confidence, knowing that we've gone well there in the past, which is always exciting. But the team's been working hard behind the scenes trying to ensure that we can, as I said, use that momentum that we had at Perth and feeling like we're finding some good things in the car that are helping make good lap speed. So we're trying to hone in on those aspects and try and get more out of it, which is always key. Because the game's really close at the moment, and it's cool to see the new Gen 3 product really living up to its reputation, being more of a controlled product and letting the drivers do the talking. But there's crazy margins, especially at the front of the field, which is cool to see. So it's going to be an interesting weekend. Hoping that we can move forward in the championship. We're currently 11th at the moment, so it's important for us to have a good clean weekend, bank some good points, and keep moving towards that target and being inside the top 10 of the championship, which would be great. So going to be an interesting weekend, weather dependent, super sprint racing, which is always action packed, and the short circuit itself at Tassie, it's always going to put on some good racing, no doubt. So hopefully you guys can cheer us on, and hopefully we can have a great weekend. Thanks again for tuning in for another round preview, and look forward to seeing you all soon. Cheers.